evening and welcome to the show. We are Three Beards and a Boss. As you can see, the boss is in our right corner tonight. I have Brian below me and the always faithful, most beautiful beard in the world. We have Bobby.
Got this thing trimmed the other day too.
Sweet.
You did
Looking
what now?
good, man. Looking good.
I trim it. Yeah,
everybody has a beard tonight, though. That's the main goal. Like, everybody has a beard. A good beard.
I'm not seeing yours, Becky. What's going on here?
You know what? I got
I'll
some pills I'll send you.
Like, give me a month. I'll be better than yours.
Testosterone.
I can't have that.
No,
all right, so you see that our title tonight is Hell in the Handbasket. We got a lot of information to put out. But let's do some catching up. But I just wanted to throw that quick thing at you because there's some stuff going on. But let's do some catching up. About 2 weeks ago, we did a show. My audio and video was horrible, and we did not want to keep that content up there. So we took it off, and we're going to redo that episode with Danielle. So we've had a couple weeks without a show. So we're going to do a little catching up. Let's start with Becky.
No, not me, because I have
Not you? Okay, fine. We'll pick on Brian because he's the quiet one.
Catching up. The wife's in Mexico. The dog's at a dog sitter for the week, and so I've just been like raising hell on my bike.
Yeah.
That's awesome. Hell yeah, man.
Yeah, like, you know, we've got a nice little gang of us together. I know they're electric bikes, you know, but I want to say that, you know, the other day when we all pulled up, we kind of, you know, pulled up to the bike rack. We're putting our bikes up, and I think the old ladies got a little scared when they looked out the window at us.
Oh yeah,
What the hell's about to come in here, man?
I can't help but laugh at that.
These guys look a little rough.
If you have to say we pulled up to the bike rack.
Let me ask you this. Were you wearing khaki shorts?
Nope. Can't wear shorts. It is impossible. You're freezing out there. You're wearing I have like a full face helmet. I have a thing that I pull over my face. It's hardcore, man, out there.
We need a picture of this next show.
But
yeah, I would love to see
have
it.
you had
Matter of
any
fact, we need a video with you pulling up to the bike rack.
Please, like the whole setup.
My buddy is the filmer. I'll have him film that for us.
But you haven't wrecked on it or anything, right?
Nope, I haven't wrecked.
Okay, good. You're the master of the electric bike at this point.
Hey, I do have this just came in right hot off the press.
Yeah.
Someone did just send me a picture of Brian's bike gang.
No,
we're gonna throw that up on the string.
That is us.
Is that it?
That is us.
Hey, that's sharp.
I don't. I'm
Safety.
not exactly sure.
Safety first. That's why we're all wearing that yellow. It's not for a fashion statement, you guys.
Man,
I'm impressed.
Hey, Bobby, if you find a Super 73, find the Super 73 website, and you'll see what kind of bikes we're talking about here. You guys think I'm talking about bikes whenever I'm talking here.
It's an electric bike.
No. I saw the picture.
I'm talking. It's not just an electric bike. It's not just like a pedal electric, like pedal assist. That's Destiny got one of those. She's gonna be so pissed when she tries to keep up with me.
Ryan, you're like talking a Vespa to a Harley Davidson person.
He's the Harley of e-bikes.
You're the Harley of the bikes, right? Like the pedal assist is like the Vespa, and you're the Harley D.
Well, mine just has a throttle, so I don't have to pedal. I could just hold this throttle in, and it just goes. So you don't have to. I don't have to pedal at all. Yeah, so that's my bike right there on the right.
That's
this one here.
Yep, that one right there, exactly. Well, my seat's bigger. My seat's longer.
But you can fit two people on there.
My seat's longer than that.
$2,000?
No, mine was actually the more expensive one. Sorry, Bobby. Mine was the RX model, Bobby. Do you mind typing in the RX model?
But you can fit two people?
Oh, hell yeah. I made Becky get me
dude's on a Willy.
You made Destiny.
Yeah.
Did you see that, Bobby? He was doing a Willy?
Yes, I saw it.
TJ, I've already put like 120 miles on this thing. You know how much gas I've already saved? Going around town? A lot.
How much?
Oh, I bet.
Dude, I'm not driving around town.
So
I'm
it's
only
street
using this bike
legal.
around town.
You can ride it on the road.
That's the one I got right there. Sorry, guys.
Oh,
That's the one I got, actually.
I mean, what's not to like about that, man?
I would ride that.
That's sexy.
That's dope,
That
dude.
is sexy.
So when I say bikes, you guys, that's what we're pulling up on, right? That's the exact bike.
I would ride that. Did you get a red one?
sexy.
No, I got that brown color that was on the other one.
Okay.
My friend has 2 of them. He got a brown one and a black one. His have over 600 miles on them because of his kids.
He takes the kids on those?
No, his kids are like 15 and 17. They ride them.
Okay.
But those things,
Dude,
they'll
how cool
go
is that?
33 miles an hour, and they have a range of 37 miles.
But do you have to be a certain age to be able to ride those?
Oh, shh, Becky.
Oh, my bad.
Becky, you're on a bike, okay? You're on a bike.
My bad.
I like
Okay,
it.
so I have a few questions. Few questions on the e-bike, and this is not to pick on you. How fast does it go?
33.
Okay. Is it street legal? Do you have to be on the sidewalk? Can you be on the road? What's the deal?
Well, no, we have. I mean, out here we have huge bike paths or
Okay.
huge bike lanes. It's right on the road, so you just stay in the bike lanes. And at night, like by the time I get out and about, the traffic will be minimal, where I'll be able to be in the streets,
Nice.
Okay.
running it like it's like.
And
work.
you have to wear a helmet.
Oh yeah, no, I have a full face helmet. Like I have one that wraps around your face because I don't want to at night. I don't want to go flying over the handlebars of that thing.
No.
Yeah.
Start
Better
losing
not.
teeth.
So you don't want to be like your nephew. So over the weekend,
Oh yeah.
Austin was skateboarding in the city
Mhm,
and hit a crack in the sidewalk
mhm.
and went flying, hit his mouth, hit his head, has a concussion.
Yep. Nope.
Oof.
Not gonna be me.
No helmet. So
I don't give a
Sounds
shit
like
if I have
Bobby
a
when he broke his
foolish
collarbone
with
on
one
a
of those
skateboard.
helmets on.
yep. So Bobby, what's going on with you?
There's nothing new. Work. Shannon was gone all weekend at like a girls weekend.
Nice.
So we just hung out. Me and the boys and Aria just hung out and hit the hot tub a lot. And I found myself drinking entire bottles of wine at night, Friday
That's
and
what
Saturday,
women
which
do.
was
Bobby.
which was nice. Yes, sir.
Shannon didn't have to get a passport for this trip, did she? Because it's kind of weird that Destiny's on a girls' trip too, and down in Mexico.
Yeah,
didn't
no,
go
she did
down there
not.
for the weekend or anything. Okay.
No, this is Hocking Hills, man. You don't need a passport for that place. Just high school girlfriends hanging out.
And you don't even need a diploma to go to Hocking Hill.
Yeah, you don't need much of anything. You
I
don't
love
even
it.
need
I've been
teeth.
there so many
So
times.
they
And
don't
I
even know.
love it. I'm not knocking it. I love it so much.
Yeah,
Yeah,
no,
yeah.
Hocking Hills is great, but
Yeah.
yeah, so nothing really new. Work, sleep, wake up, drink coffee, work,
Do it again.
die. You know,
No.
that kind of thing.
It's pretty
That
amazing
sort
that
of
Bobby
thing.
and I are both still alive without wives for prolonged periods of
I
time.
know,
I know.
right?
You guys
I
are
And we're
know.
still like, look,
I'm
we're both
impressed.
we're dressed, our hair's done.
Yeah. Man, you
know
know,
what?
that's so offensive to me.
I know, Bobby. So same here. Same here.
I mean, it's like the other day, I do Sunday football here every weekend, and this goes back a couple weeks now. But one of the wives were like, "Do you pick out your own clothes?"
Oh,
And
No.
I'm like, "Do I fucking pick out my own clothes? What? I mean, I'm not a Neanderthal. Like, of course I pick out my. That
I've been asked that
frustrated
same
me.
question, Bobby. It's very
Yeah.
annoying. Like, what? Really? And I'm like, I'm gonna one up you guys. I actually pick out clothes for my wife. Like, if I see a nice dress, I
Yes.
get it for her
Yeah.
and bring it home. So I'm
Yep.
gonna one up you guys on my not only getting my own clothes, but also buy some of my wife's stuff.
Yeah,
This
I mean,
whole conversation
As
makes
if
me
we
laugh.
can't handle that difficult task of matching, fucking colors or something.
Bobby, these days you don't
frustrating.
even need to match colors or patterns.
I know
or
that's
whatever. You
true.
walk-
That's true.
as long as you look like you have some intention when you're walking out of the house, that's all
That's
you really
right.
need anymore.
Right.
My
Confidence.
kid wears a uniform to school every day, and I have to get that shit ready for him.
Who does?
Oh, Becky,
My
teach him
kid.
better
Oh.
than that. Teach
We
him
don't
better,
even have
Becky.
to pick out matching. I just got to pick
And you
out
still have to do it.
and I still have to do it. Oh,
That's-
what khakis are you gonna wear today? Oh, okay.
Yeah, the
Or
ones with
blue.
wrinkles or the ones without. Yeah.
No wrinkles. Who is that?
Look, I look forward.
No wrinkles.
I look forward to wearing regular clothes because I wear a uniform every single day.
Yeah, you don't have to worry about it, do you?
I don't have to worry about it. I haven't had to worry about it in 23 years, or actually
Yeah, it's
longer
just-
because of the military first.
I don't know.
Yeah,
about
it gets a little offensive sometimes when people are like, "Oh yeah, do you know?" And I was at the grocery store. This is another thing that happened that's really offensive to me. I was at the grocery store, and I was picking out food because I'm the cook in the house, and I cook
You
every
are.
night.
100%.
So I was picking out food, and two old ladies. It was two old ladies, Karens. They're like, something about. Are you sure you don't want to get pizza or like something about how I'm a man and I don't know how to cook?
Mhm.
And I was
They
so
were
annoyed by it,
flirting
man. I
with
wish I
you.
remembered it. What's
Hey,
that?
Bobby.
We're flirting with you.
No,
They
but
wanted you to be like,
no.
no,
No,
can you
they're-
help me, ma'am.
they're just mad because their husbands don't love them. That's what they're going home to.
That's
That's what it
exactly right.
was.
Yeah,
Their
it's sad,
husbands
but
don't
that-
even know where the kitchen is.
Mhm.
Yeah, it's frustrating. It's frustrating. But
Yeah.
end of rant. I guess
All right,
Becky,
Becky,
it's
what do you
your
got?
turn. What's
I
going?
guess I'm glad I'm a woman because I've been without a husband for 8 years and I'm doing just fine.
Mhm.
Woohoo!
That's all I'm saying.
It's all right.
I mean, now I feel like I need to do stuff for the ex. Like,
Wait,
should
what?
I? Like, I need
Do
to do
stuff.
stuff for Pat. Like, do I need to help him with clothes and stuff?
No, he's capable, Beck. Right?
Yes.
Huh? He's what?
He's capable. He can do
Yeah.
it.
I believe so.
How-
but
how
you
old's
guys
Pat?
are scaring me.
How old's
53.
Pat?
53.
Becky, if he hasn't figured this shit out by now, dude,
That's what I'm saying.
Come
but you
on.
guys are
Come on,
scaring
man.
me with
He's-
all you're like, oh, I've been without my wife for a week and it's going okay, but
I was totally joking, Becky, because of
I
shit
am
Bobby's
kidding.
saying, right?
I am
What he
No,
was
hold
saying
on.
earlier.
Because
Because I get told the same things in the grocery store.
Becky does.
Yeah.
Becky is like sitting in the house and she's laughing. She's like, I know he doesn't even know how to make toast in the morning without me.
right?
And thank goodness he wears a uniform every day because he would
Right.
be completely lost.
I
And
always
she
want to
gets
say,
satisfaction on that, boys.
I want to say,
It's
do you
sad.
still have stonewashed jeans from the 90s?
Hey, if he
Coming
does,
back.
those are going to be vintage. Yeah, they're
I
coming back
know.
soon, Beck.
I know.
Yeah, it's it's pretty
Well,
sad.
that's
Becky,
actually kind of sad because for like almost every holiday, I buy him clothes from Connor.
yeah, no, that's okay, and that's
Because
fine.
I'm like, I
Yeah.
want you to look good because I know you may not be able to do it on your own.
I get
wrong
that
with it?
people don't. There are people that have zero fashion sense, and I get that. But
Yeah.
women are like that too. It's not a man
Mhm.
thing. It's
No, it's
but,
not
I mean,
man only, but
Yeah, I've
so-
seen some women be busted up.
Mhm.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Like, how the
Yeah.
hell did you walk out the house?
well, but they do it on purpose. Those women do it. You guys don't get it. Those women do it on purpose.
Hmm.
Because all women know what
Yeah.
they're doing. I'll tell
Clearly
you
we
Slippers
something.
don't get it.
outside. No go. No go. Stop.
So,
That's 'cause
Becky,
they want to look like that.
Becky, what's been going on with you?
Work,
Work.
just work. Just
So
work.
if you have never watched our show, Becky works in the court system. So when she says work, it's not easy work.
No.
So it's very
But
stressful.
it's also work,
It's a mental game
unfortunately,
in the
that
court
I
system.
can't always talk about, but I can just say work.
Yeah.
Mhm.
So that makes it hard because I can't talk about it. But
Oh no, never mind. You did learn a good. You did learn a good joke at work this week, though. Apparently, you're gonna
Yes,
tell
please
later.
tell us this joke.
okay, I have two.
Oh, you're gonna
dad
do it
jokes.
now? Okay, sweet.
You want me to? I have two
Yeah.
dad jokes.
Okay, let's do
Okay, ready? I'll do the less funny one first.
it. Okay.
Okay.
Okay, ready? Okay, how did the two arsonists meet? Don't know.
Don't know, Beck. No.
They were a match on Tinder.
Oh wow.
Oh my god.
Wow.
Pretty good. Pretty good.
I'm glad I have something that's cup.
Okay, this one's better. This one's better,
Okay.
and I won't be able to tell it without laughing.
Oh
How
god.
many-
Here it comes.
How many tickles does it take to tickle an octopus?
I have an educational guess, but how many?
Yeah.
Tentacles.
Okay, tentacles is right, but they only have 8 arms, so the first two are testicles.
Wow. Dear God.
Testicles!
Please.
Testicles!
All Sorry, that one cracks me up.
15 minutes and 9 seconds. That's where you guys can stop watching.
15 minutes.
Yeah. All right. Well, hell in a handbasket, right?
Yep.
Fitting right in
It happened right in
that.
front of you.
T,
So-
what about you, man? What's been cooking in your world?
All right. So Friday, we started out with Veterans Day. And I
Yeah.
went to a Veterans Day ceremony where the governor of Virginia was there.
Mhm.
And it was amazing because, one, you're surrounded with heroes.
Yes.
That's the best part of it.
Yes.
And we had some bad weather, and he couldn't leave the mansion for a little bit because of the motorcade. So he finally gets the okay to leave the motorcade and come to Chesterfield County. He gets there, and we're in the middle of talking with what we had one person on stage, and he's talking, and we're all sitting down listening. The corner of my eye, I see the governor walking in. Everyone stands up and starts clapping.
Okay.
And of course, the guy that was talking, he stopped because we knew he was running late because of the weather and everything
Oh,
else.
yeah.
But it was an amazing time because, one, he just loves the veterans and he does all kinds of great things for us.
Good.
And I've never seen it in my entire life, but in the middle of his speech, he decided that he wanted to do a prayer for us,
Oh.
for all the veterans. So that was amazing. So that started out my weekend. And then Saturday, we had a birthday dinner for this old guy.
Nice.
And then Sunday, I got invited to my pastor's house for a cookout.
Nice.
So had that. And then Monday, we actually had my official birthday where I grilled steaks and we ate more cake. So it's been a fun time.
Yes.
Yeah. Good.
It's been a real fun time.
And you
A lot
took
of
the day
gathering.
off, so you got to enjoy your birthday.
Yes.
I love that.
I tell you what, the worst birthday I'll tell you what, last year was the worst birthday I had. I went back to Florida for the week for my birthday.
Oh
And I
yeah.
had a horrible time
Yeah.
because it's
I
fun,
thought you had a good time.
huh?
I thought you had a good time.
No, it was terrible. It's just when you are used to your family being around, your immediate family, and then you go home to everyone that's doing their own thing, and you kind of want to be treated like special your birthday.
Yeah,
Mhm.
And it just didn't feel like that. Like
No,
I wanted to go out and
special.
do brick pizza or something like that, and everyone's like, "Oh, there's really nowhere to go."
We have
I ended up
pizza
getting
at home.
Papa John's for my birthday.
Ooh,
Yeah, not
sweet.
only do you want to feel special for your birthday, but the fact that you went down there
Yes, 8 to 10 hours of going down there.
to drive down and be like, I want to be with my family, and then
Exactly.
be like, well, we'll get
Exa-
Giorno's or Papa John's.
Yeah, here's a little Papa John's pizza. Papa
Yeah.
John's is good.
I love
Shaq,
Papa
don't get mad. I don't want to make Shaq mad.
I love
He's the
Papa
man. But the most unique birthday I ever had was I was in Iraq. And like a week before, we had cakes and all that kind of stuff. And we had near beer and we had the cigar shop. Well, right before my birthday is when we were all leaving that country. There was nothing. We went to the chow hall and I got a frozen pecan pie for my birthday.
Oh,
Now I wasn't even mad. It was unique. You're in a foreign country in a combat zone, and you're eating pecan pie for your birthday. So
I mean, that's
that was
okay.
the most unique.
Yeah.
So in Iraq, is it true that in Iraq the tradition is to not blow out candles but blow out IEDs? Is that true?
Blow out the IEDs is a
Mhm.
very smart thing to do.
I mean, that's what you were there for, right? I mean, that's what you were doing. Your whole
Well,
group
I was
on
more,
that particular trip.
I was more of hitting them and going boom.
Yeah.
I think I was there for 3 weeks before we hit an IED. But yeah,
IEDs are no joke.
what's that?
I said those IEDs are no joke.
Exactly. They suck.
They suck bad.
I just sent.
Go ahead,
sorry,
Brian.
Bobby. I sent Bobby a picture on the side here a minute ago. I just wanted to. I don't know if he's able to show that picture or not eventually, but that's our dog sitters watching Game of Thrones and just figuring out what our dog's name is. You don't have to do it today, Bobby, but eventually I'll have to So I'm kind of wondering if I should go pick this dog up. I'm sure he's getting tortured if they're making him wear this kind of garb over there.
No.
Take
Hey
pictures.
man, is that? Oh, dude.
Go get him.
Oh
Go
man.
get him. Let's see it.
Um,
Can you see the camera?
I'm gonna try to. I'll try to get it up. It's on my phone, but where there's a will, there is a way.
Brian, did you watch The House of Dragons?
I watched part of it. I haven't watched it all. Yeah, I can't sit down and watch TV, Becky. I'm weird like that. Once it starts to rain, I'll be able to start.
1 hour.
If it rains this year.
Okay. Yeah, I get it.
I'm not with it either, Brian. I get you, man. It's tough. It's tough to sit down and watch anything right now for me too.
And by the time I have time, I'm like, I don't want to put any thought into what I'm watching, you know?
Right. And you want it to be mindless.
That's
Yeah,
why
I would
I'm
rather
sports down
rewatch.
there, because I watch Sports Center, you know.
Yeah.
mindlessly.
That's very important, Sports Center.
Mhm.
Yeah. So speaking
Yes.
of watching stuff, like there's this movie that a lot of people have been talking about that's in theaters, but you were able to stream starting today. It was Smile.
Mhm.
You guys heard of this horror movie?
Mhm. I
Oh,
traumatized
yes.
4 kids. I traumatized 4 kids on accident.
You watched it?
Becky.
Oh, that's right. You were telling us about it last
yeah,
week.
remember last week when
Oh
I?
yeah.
got those-
I didn't think it was that scary.
Okay, see, then I feel better then.
Okay, it was like maybe it was scary for Gen Z and maybe millennials, but we were raised on Freddy Krueger, Mike Myers, and then we
Right.
had things like Insidious and The Conjuring and The Ring and all these things. Like those are the foundation for this movie. I equate it to The Ring. Like
Okay,
it was
so I
definitely-
want to interrupt you real quick.
Go ahead.
What is it? The Conjuring? Whatever. What's it called?
Conjuring?
Okay.
Yeah.
So the preview, this was years ago. Navi, I think, was a senior in high school or something like that. And a preview of this show came on.
Mhm.
And don't they like clap or something? They do something in the preview. They do this thing, and the lights went out in the house.
That's possible. Yeah.
And I came out of my skin like a little girl and screamed like a little girl because I don't do movies like that.
no.
If I can't kill it, I'm not with it.
Yeah.
So
I
and Navi still laughs about it. I have to have her tell the story one day.
I feel like we're stronger because we had like Paranormal Activity and the Blair Witch Project. And I mean, even like a more recent movie is Heredity. Have you guys seen Heredity?
I
No, I
think
have
so.
not.
No.
That shit is one of the scariest movies ever. That is a creepy ass movie. But the movie Smile was, it was good. But people are coming out of the theaters like that was the most terrifying movie I've ever seen in my life, and I'll never watch it again. I literally just watched it before this podcast, and I'm like,
Nope.
Yeah, I've never
Scary
seen.
movie for me is a Halloween movie on Hallmark.
Oh, you know what? Another scary movie.
Becky, what's that? What's that in your window behind you?
That's what that is. No, another scary movie that I watched by myself during the daylight hours and was creeped out by was The Crazies. I think it had Mark Wahlberg in it. It was about a town, but I'm just kind of disappointed. I wanted to have nightmares tonight.
How many times during those scary movies, Becky, did people try to get into a gas-powered car, start it, and it didn't start?
Never.
Okay, shit. I was
Never.
I'm gonna try and plug my electric bike again, but okay.
Yeah.
I did see a TikTok recently about a woman that was out in the middle of nowhere in the desert, and she came across this gas station that was nothing but Tesla charging posts. And she's like, the future is not gas. Like, this is what, like, it's starting here, and like, you need.
Well, that's why in 2035 you can't buy a gas vehicle in the state of California.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah.
They have one of the worst grids in the country.
Yeah. It's crazy.
So let's get into you guys want let's tell the bad news real quick. Actually, yeah, let's do some bad news real quick, and we'll do something uplifting, and then we'll get into some other stuff. I know we talked about we're going to talk about politics very briefly. I guess if it only relates to something that's going on.
Okay.
I think telling the results, when we talked about this a while ago, it seemed good in my head, but really people, they watched it. They know what the issue was. I'll touch base on something that I've been watching in 2 other states. But right now, let's talk about some news that's been going on. One, there's a allegation because there's been a lot of mixed reports, but there's an allegation that Russia had a missile strike in the country of Poland, which is a NATO country, and they are looking at using Article 5, which means that if you attack a NATO country, that all the NATO countries will come together and deal with this. I think Russia is playing like, oops, my bad, didn't mean to do it. Oopsie. I mean, there's still a lot of allegations. They're still developing. I think our intelligence department here in our country is still trying to figure it out. But to me, it's very scary.
It is.
We have U.S. troops in Poland, so we have American interests. Other than the NATO, we have American interests because we have service troops there right now.
I mean, I'm in the court system. I'm in whatever. But you say allegedly and allegations, but
Right.
is it real? Like, don't use those words. Say what really
I
happened.
think it's real.
That's what the
but I think
news is saying.
I think what
allegations.
I think what the issue is not everyone's trying to confirm it. Our military intelligence or our intelligence in general know these things. We have satellites over things,
We know.
but
Yeah.
the other countries are not saying it happened yet, or they're being very mixed.
Is that because they don't want to be involved, or is that because we really don't know that it happened and the U.S. really wants to get involved?
I think it's such a big deal if you say, "Yo, you threw some rocks onto my side of the yard."
Yeah.
Now we're going to have a problem. So I think they're really trying to be very careful and tread this very lightly.
Okay.
Because we have been dealing with this Russian thing for months.
I can't believe it's still going on, honestly.
My thing is I can't believe Ukraine is that strong.
I know.
I'm very impressed with
amazing.
the way
Yeah,
they're
I
doing
am too.
things.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, I can't believe I'm impressed, but I hate that they're losing people. I hate that they're struggling, and I hate that their people are terrified of what's going to happen next. Like,
I'm going to throw up a quick map because I think it's also important to know where the strike was, because it's really interesting to me. So Russia is striking Ukraine, right?
yeah.
And Poland is right there. I'll pop this up. Oh, that's not what I want.
Oh shoot, buddy! Careful with that. Careful with popping up.
I know, right? Yeah.
Don't talk about that map. We're leaving a total another war.
So here's Ukraine, right?
Yes. Yes.
Russia's over this way up here. Ukraine here. And this is where these attacks are. Poland, right here, this line, you see here. This is where the attacks were. So just
right over the line.
So it could have been overshot.
This reminds me of a situation I had in Olive Garden one time, Bobby. I'll let you keep on explaining to what happened, but this could be explained. This happened like 3 years ago in an Olive Garden.
Wait, keep going. No, now you have to tell that story.
What is going on?
So we're at this table, right? And it was a 2-sided table. We're having dinner with like Destiny's, all the kids and stuff. It's around Christmas time, and so it's really crowded in this Olive Garden. And we were wadding up like paper towels and throwing them across this long table at each other, and fooling around. Well, one of those accidentally went to the next table over.
No.
And they
Like
were,
I said,
although
oopsie.
it was not our intention to get it to that level. Our enemy was really on the other side of the table. There was we actually lobbed a little too hard one time. They actually were pissed, and we basically told them to go fuck themselves. Sorry if that offended anybody. But
then they threw back, didn't they?
No, they
And
didn't.
it started a war.
No, they didn't throw back. They were smarter than that, Becky. They saw our power.
No.
This big long table. There was like 3 people.
They saw those
There were 3
electric
of them.
bikes. They were like, fuck that.
Yeah, these boys got full helmets.
No, because technology today is not that. It's not, we're overshooting shit.
Becky, we're talking about Russia. technology.
Yeah.
But Brian,
They're getting
drones
desperate.
from.
I'm not gonna let that be an excuse. I'm not.
They're getting drones from like
Russia can
Iran.
send missiles over here if they wanted to. Don't tell
So
me
they
you
say.
overshot by
What's up?
50 miles.
So they say.
Well, so they say, but
Well, they'll get it over here because we're a big ass country. But can they
Those
hit
are
a
shot,
pinpoint
it'll land
place like they say
somewhere.
they're going to?
I mean, the
No.
last thing
You
I
get a
think
quote for
our
that.
country needs is another war.
Right.
They're
over
towing the line.
No, I mean,
They're towing the line, man.
parts
They're
of me
towing
say, you know what? They attacked a NATO country. Let's blow them off the face of the earth. And I think that may not be, well, Putin, get him out of there. I think that would be a good idea, probably. But do we start a war and potentially lose millions of lives because they overshot by 15 miles? You know,
Well, here's the
myth-
thing.
I don't know.
Here's the thing, though, is that we're at a standstill. We're in Ukraine and we're in Russia. We're like nobody's winning, nobody's losing.
Mm-hmm.
So we got to do something big, and we got to like land it in a country where like stuff is going down. Like people are going to get intervene. They're going to start intervening, and we got to have some kind of like I don't know what the word is, but we have to have some kind of like oomph over. You know what I'm saying?
What happens if NATO attacks Russia? I mean, what's
Then we're
going to
all in
happen?
it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, we're all in it, and you got to think.
But
of
we're
his,
not fighting just Russia, right?
Right. We're
I
not
mean,
just
we're
fighting
probably
Russia. We're
fighting China.
Mm-hmm.
And then let's
Korea,
assume,
whoever else is
North Korea's coming in.
He needs
I
all
think
of
it's.
these things to happen for him to feel better.
So
I would love to
here's
just-
the biggest
But
thing.
hey,
Also,
He
here's
wants
another thing.
like a massive explosion of the whole
Yeah.
world. He doesn't want to just fight Ukraine.
Here's another big thing about this is if we pay attention to our history,
Yeah,
we always sit on the sidelines.
right.
People always want us involved, right?
Right.
So it's just a matter of time before they get us back and get us involved like they did with World War II.
Right.
So we're eventually going to be there. There's no way around it unless Ukraine knocks them out or Russia wins this war that they've started. It's the only way.
That's what I'm
If they
saying.
don't, we're going to get involved.
Stoking the fire. He's tired of this like lull, and he's tired of this neutral collision. He needs to stoke the fire.
Wait, who?
Don't let him stoke the fire. Putin. Don't let him stoke it.
Yeah.
Let him wear himself out in Ukraine. Let him just wear himself out in Ukraine.
Yeah, I
Yeah,
was
he
going to
is.
say.
Send him
He
aid.
doesn't
but we
want
have
He
to
is.
Ukraine
start
to
a
be
war
the
with him.
finale. He doesn't want the Ukraine to be the finale of
But
this.
we just don't.
That's what I'm
Unless
saying.
he-
Like, then
unless
don't-
he-
Do you know what the
Hey.
Russian leaders are doing to their troops right now?
I hope
Russian
they're
troops
sending
are
them home.
running. They're running back to Russia,
Right.
and they're shooting their soldiers because they're betraying their country. They're surrendering
exactly.
or they're running.
Which
so
is
they're
what
getting
we would
killed.
do too, by the way.
We would too. Absolutely.
Yeah.
We have it in
Yeah.
our
We wouldn't
military
shoot
code
them.
of
We put
justice.
them in a prison. We would not shoot.
No, we give them the death penalty
Yeah.
in our country during war. If you run, you will get death penalty. Yes.
Really?
Becky, in the Civil War in Vietnam, they would just shoot you. They would just.
You don't get through that. You don't get the whole Leavenworth situation.
You
don't
get
get
Leavenworth, but there's
trial?
going to be.
You don't get a trial. You don't
I
go
think
to war?
I think I would have taken the chance in the Civil War.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
take a couple shots at me, bro, while I'm running.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah,
Right.
it's a musket.
Yeah, aim's not very good out there.
I mean,
And plus, you're in your own country. At least if you
Right.
make a wrong turn, you're going to end up in fucking Arkansas.
Right.
Yeah. Yeah.
You
That's
get
right.
away, like
Oh my
you make a wrong
God.
turn and you're just in another foreign country.
Right.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Where you have
Exactly.
no-
Good point.
The other big story I want to talk about tonight.
Yeah.
I'm in Virginia, and it made national news. Every major network. We had a young man. We are not going to use his name, but the suspect or the dirtbag or whatever we want to call him tonight. He was a UVA student. They went to Washington, D.C. on a field trip. Okay. They were driving back on the bus, chartered bus, and they got back to the UVA campus, which is in Charlottesville, or no, I'm sorry. Charlottesville. Well, I can't talk right now. Anyways,
Charlottesville.
UVA. Sorry, they get back to UVA, and he opened fires inside the bus.
What?
Yes, striking 5 people. 3 of them passed away. And out of the 5, these are the 3 young men that lost their lives. These 3 young men are all football players on the UVA football team.
Did they not all know each other?
They all knew each other. He was at one time he was on the team.
Okay.
Back in 2018, he was on the team. Apparently, he had an injury.
Okay.
He was on the injured list. We do know that he was on the football team. I guess he was still continuing being a student at a UVA. The thing about this young man was, one, he's in the Tri-City area where I live. He played for Verina High School for a little bit, and then he played for Petersburg High School, where he was an outstanding student, outstanding athlete. There has been some other things. I was reading some articles on. He had a misdemeanor charge on him, something to deal with a weapon. There was an allegation at the college that he said he had a weapon, and when UVA was trying to talk to him about it, he was not being cooperative. He shot these young men, and then he actually got away for a little bit. He actually got away for 12 hours. He left Charlottesville. See, I got to say it right this time. He left there, went all the way to Henrico County, which is 2 towns over from me. It's about 40 minutes. So he got away from all the state troopers, the UVA police, and the city police there. The U.S. Marshals took him into custody that next day. The reason that we are not going to say his name is we're not going to elevate, we're not going to make this kid famous. But I'm going to look up, Bobby, on those pictures, you didn't have their names, did you?
I was gonna say, tell us about
Did
the
you?
victims. Tell us
Yeah,
about
So-
it's
I know that one is from South Carolina, one is from North Carolina, one is from Miami.
So Devin Chandler, Deshaun Perry, and Lavelle Davis Jr.
So one of these young men was actually going to graduate, I believe, January, and he was going to continue going to school and still playing football, and he was going to work on his master's degree. So these 3 young men tragically lost their lives over gun violence. And
Do we know if there was a motive or if
they have not released the motive.
Okay.
They are still investigating. There's probably been a lot of allegations that there was a news report. The suspect's father went on the news yesterday, and he was apologizing to the families, but he also said about a month ago, his son came home, was doing his laundry. He told his dad some kids were picking on him, and he was real paranoid. But he said that's all he said, and the kid went back to school, and 30 days later, this happened. And I will tell you that we've had, to my knowledge, 3 big shootings here in Virginia, at 2 of them at Virginia Tech, 1 at UVA, and it's disgusting. It's absolutely disgusting. You send your child to a college, their first adulthood thing, and this happens.
Mhm.
And it's, I say that because there's 3 people that lost their lives, 2 are in the hospital, 1 being in critical care, and then the suspect. And the way I look at it is 6 families are affected now.
Of course.
And it hit home. It's like I was actually at the hospital with Austin because he got hurt, and the news came on, and I'm watching the news, and then I started getting emails from work about this incident, and it's everyone, doesn't matter what aisle you're on in the political party, everyone's got a solution, but to me, the real solution is the mental health, and you got to say something. Somebody knew about this guy having the issues, and I think one kid said something, but I think the administration should have said, you know what, we're going to pull this kid out of school. We're gonna check him. We're gonna look into if he does have a firearm. We have red flag laws for a reason. This is a prime example of how the red flag law should be utilized to keep the safety or keep the public safe.
Can
What you
I? But what you just said about his history, he had weapon violations
Right.
prior. So I don't, unfortunately, like I'm a proponent of the red flag and all that, but it sounds like from his history, regardless, he was going to have a firearm
Right.
to do what he was going to do.
Yeah.
And unfortunately, even though people that are, doing these mass shootings and doing these shootings, unfortunately, obtain them legally, there are those that obtain them illegally.
Right.
And have weapons. So it's just a matter of what do you do?
Right.
Like, I don't know the answer to that.
I don't either. And I will tell you, it is very simple to get a firearm off the street.
Right. 100%.
Y'all's nephew tells me all the time. He's like, yeah, if I want a weapon, I get a weapon.
Absolutely.
It's a shame.
We
got
all these
weapons.
weapons.
You just gotta hope that. Basically, at this point, you gotta hope that nobody that you love or yourself is in the wrong place at the wrong time. Because I mean, there really is no answer.
It doesn't matter where you're. It doesn't matter where you are.
Right.
You have to be vigilant. And I tell my victims this all the time because you're a victim of a crime. But unfortunately, you're the one that has to sacrifice and be vigilant. You're the one that has to look over your shoulder at all times to make sure that you're safe, even though you're already the victim of a crime. Because you never know. Like, I walk to my car constantly glancing around.
Oh, yeah.
Because you literally have there's no rhyme or reason to any of it.
Situational awareness. You got to have it.
You have, I say be vigilant, not paranoid.
Yeah.
Like, be vigilant, but don't be paranoid that, like, you're going to, like, all the time be, but you have to constantly have your head on a swivel of some kind.
Yeah. Vigilant makes me think of, like, Dirty Harry and shit, and paranoid. Yeah. I mean, so yeah, situational awareness. Just kind of know what's going on around you. All times.
And you don't, like, when you're going in the grocery store, like Bobby, he's looking for freaking vegetables, and there's old ladies telling him to get a pizza. Like, the person next to him could be, plotting and planning something, or you could be at church, or you could be at the movies, or you could be absolutely anywhere nowadays. You could be in school.
Yep. It's absolutely terrible that when I go to church, I'm carrying. When I go to the movie theater, I'm carrying, because you never know. We have mass shootings in churches, in movie theaters, and grocery stores, and everything else. When you just want to go somewhere and be comfortable and not have to worry about that, you can't. We were in Atlantic City, and I normally open doors for Kim, right? Yeah. Not there. I mean, I would, but I would walk through it and look around before I even let her out.
Yeah.
And I was constantly monitoring, I was constantly looking. We were driving places, and I was constantly on alert. And it absolutely sucks that you have to be this way with how the world is.
Yeah, that makes me feel bad, because you know what? My friends and I were talking about the last. No, the girls went on a cooking trip yesterday, in Mexico. And we were talking about the last time that they went on a cooking trip. We're like, remember that time in Mexico where they just got in a car with a strange dude doing that cooking class? Here, TJ is looking through doors and shit before his wife goes through a door. And us and our friends are like, yeah, you can go. That car seems fine. That seems fine.
Yeah.
Drive you to the cooking class you're going to. They said it was fun.
It's fine.
Look,
Mexico's some scary shit now too, man.
Yeah, because what do you do? Like, I went in a taxi cab for the first time in a long time when we went to a concert, and my friend took a picture of the guys because they have to put their driver's license or whatever, their taxi cab license up there. She took a picture of the guy's taxi cab license.
Yeah.
And sent it to her husband.
Yeah.
And all we're doing is getting a ride to a damn concert. And And then Brian's sending his wife in Mexico.
Well, you know, the whole taxi driver thing.
Mhm.
So years ago at UVA, a girl was kidnapped, and what happened was this guy actually killed 2 girls
Mhm.
in like a 5-year span and never got caught for the first girl.
Yeah.
When they started looking into him, they found the first girl part or like her jewelry and stuff in his apartment, and then they found the girl. He was a taxi driver.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, I remember that. Mhm.
Yeah. It
And
was
now
my
you have,
department that found the second girl.
now
Yeah,
you have
I guess,
Uber drivers
you know, I-
that. Go ahead.
Oh, sorry, Becky. I didn't mean to be interrupting you. Go ahead. No, go ahead and finish your point.
No, I was saying, but now you even have Uber drivers that go to pick up women who say, "Oh, you ordered an Uber," and they're like, "Yeah," and they get right in because they're intoxicated or whatever, and then they end up murdered because this wasn't an actual Uber driver; it was just a random person.
We got to
looking
do all
for-
the checks, Becky. There's like a lot of safety nets. You just have to make sure that you're doing them all. But if you're a
Well,
drunk
that's the thing, you have
dumbass,
to, but when you're
Right.
drunk and like almost blackout, you're just
Yeah,
hopping
maybe
in the
you
car
should get better
hoping
friends
get
to help
home
you
and
out.
get
Yeah,
out.
you got to get
Yeah.
a better circle. We're going to have to talk after the show.
Yeah.
I don't do that.
I'm-
I'm just saying it's been the
We're
same.
going to have some brotherly love going on
No,
here.
I
I
think-
am 100% like you're not getting into my zone because even if like I have all the red flags before you even walk in my door.
but see, I think that's something that's how it's the environments that we're in, you know, on a daily basis. Because you guys are in with a bunch of criminals all the time. Destiny and I see people die. They're like, we hear their spouse go. They just wanted to go to Mexico one time before they retired. Now they're
Yeah,
dead on a
yeah.
gurney. So like
Yeah.
our philosophy is that we could die at any time.
live life.
So I mean,
Live life.
get in the car with this person. If they say
Yeah.
they're going to drive you to this, you got to trust that. And
Yep.
this is what's got to happen. I mean, I don't know.
Brian, do you
I
remember
do
the
still have
dude that took
situational
us in the
awareness,
cab?
though. Do what?
Do you remember the guy that picked us up in the cab in Richmond? Or he picked us up at the hotel to take us into Richmond, and he charged us this ridiculous amount of money because he was driving around town, and I kept looking at Brian, and I was going, why is he going the long way? What is he doing?
Oh no.
Yeah, he picked us up from a hotel. He knew what was up. It can't be
Yeah.
any worse than the taxi cab driver that picked Bobby and I up in San Francisco one time.
Yeah.
That was
Yeah.
I wish video phones would have been available at
Oh,
that time
shit.
because that was a very interesting cab ride.
She
Oh,
was
my God.
Ukrainian.
She was Ukrainian. She's probably fighting in the fucking war right now, Bobby. To be
She
honest,
is.
with you.
She was a
Probably on the
beast,
front
He's
man.
line.
driving tanks.
Oh shit.
She
It would be a tank
we were
driver.
we were walking down the street, minding our own business, me, Brian, and Destiny, and this taxi driver just halted, just stopped, and rolled down her window, and she said, "Get in my cab. You aren't walking down this street." She was like, "This
Yeah.
is a very dangerous area."
We were in the
And I-
10
Good for her.
Yeah, it was the worst situation in San Francisco. It was
We
bad.
actually, I want to say, we kind of contemplated just continuing the walk, didn't we? I don't remember just like.
We didn't
All
just
right,
jump
let's
in there
jump-
because we were fine. We were looking around. We were all right. I mean, I was, we were definitely like, okay, Destiny was close to us. Like, okay, if we need
I
to,
had brass knuckles.
yeah,
But
we.
Brian,
you know, so we were good.
you've been to New Orleans where it's the same situation.
Mhm.
You
Situational
cannot-
awareness.
You
You
just
just-
like go in the
Right.
beaten path, and then if you turn sideways and go one block down, you're gonna get your ass killed.
Yeah, you don't walk right next to the alley. You don't walk right by the alley. You walk way
Right.
outside of it. You
Yeah.
walk in the street. You walk under street lights. You just got to know where people and like you don't walk by the fucking homeless dude that's lying there where he
Right.
can grab you or some shit. You got to just know where you're like walking around.
Yeah.
And it's
You know, I
traffic.
missed it.
I mean, I've gotten to San Francisco like 2 or 3 years ago. This guy from Delhi, India, New Delhi, India, said he was embarrassed to bring his family to San Francisco
Oh.
because of
Oh,
how
wow.
dirty it is compared to there.
Oh.
It's not. I don't think it was any dirtier, but he was talking about his mom lives in Iowa now and how beautiful it is out there.
Yeah.
Now he loves to take people out there because it's clean and it's beautiful. And I'm like, yeah,
And
that's probably
safe.
what people from other countries think America looks like. And then they come to San Francisco and it's like dudes lying in the streets,
Yeah.
trash
Right.
everywhere.
Okay, so speaking of San Francisco, and Brian, you're pretty close to it.
I was just up
Um,
there the other night. For the
What
night.
insight do you have on Paul Pelosi?
Zero. I mean, I don't know. Other than some crazy dude went into his
Beat
house.
his
with a
ass.
Nazi.
Yeah.
Other than that, nothing.
That's about all y'all got? Okay. I was curious if you knew a little bit
You guys
more.
want to start the politics talk?
Huh?
And I said, do you guys want to start the politics talk now that you brought up Pelosi?
Yeah, we'll do that. And so there's a runoff in Georgia between Herschel Walker and some other
Yes.
person.
Yeah.
I don't know, man. Herschel Walker's got so many allegations of paying for abortions and a lot of information. I don't know
Dude,
because you can
hold
fabricate
on.
anything.
Hold on 1 second. Who's tricking Herschel Walker into paying for his abortions?
So when he was, what the
Because
case is that when he was younger,
yeah.
girlfriend would say, "Hey,
Oh, his
I'm
girlfriend. I
pregnant."
thought you were talking about he was having them. Sorry.
Oh no, he was
I was wondering
you
who
know,
was talking him into those. I
What
was,
is
no, he was the daddy, and
Yeah,
he
look
had to
how
pay for
smart
an
he was.
abortion.
you don't want
In
to be
some
getting
circles, he would be a good man to actually pay for the abortion and not leave the woman to do it.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I'm just saying, like,
Mhm.
why is this the reason?
Well, because his whole
you have
platform was about
politicians that
abortion.
are having affairs, who are having abortions, who are
Because he's pro-life,
in the
TJ.
Illuminati.
Yeah,
and
'cause he's
we're
pro-life,
worried
so
about
there's
Herschel Walker
been all
paying
these
for an abortion
allegations.
in the 90s. Okay,
He's pro his life.
Yeah,
right?
yeah, pro his life. Yeah,
Yeah.
But
So-
at the end of the day, isn't that what pro-life is? I mean, it's like,
Yes. Yes.
well, no, seriously, right? Pro-life, okay.
Your
you
life.
don't want women to have an abortion, okay, fair. Then what? You don't give
Right.
a shit anywhere else. I mean, all right, now the baby's here. Now what? I mean, do you care to give them health care?
Right.
If they
Right.
make, little money or whatever. I mean, it's ironic to me that pro-life means basically, it's not let's give these people a good life. It's like, let's
do you think
not
they should have
abort.
came up with a better wording for it?
No.
So
I mean,
don't know.
I'm pro-life. I'm pro-life in the sense that everybody should live a good life. But I mean, when you start, when the government gets into our bedrooms, gets into our
Absolutely.
bodies, that's a problem, man.
Mm-hmm.
That's a problem.
I don't want some old man telling me what I can do with my body if he's not going to tell a man what to do with his.
Right.
I don't know if it's out there, if we can find it, but there's a campaign commercial. And I can't even direct you where to go, but it was the most poignant, like, wonderful commercial I've ever seen. And it was about, so a girl walks into an adoption agency, a little girl, and she's like, "Hey, I really want to adopt a baby. Can I have a baby?" And the woman's like, "What are you talking about? We would never let you adopt a baby. You don't have the finances or the education or the family home or anything to support this child. Why do you think we would ever give you a baby? That's crazy." And then, so, she walks out, and then this like teenage girl walks in, and the woman's like, "We don't take walk-ins from the street. We can't adopt you." And she's like, "No, ma'am, I was hoping you could show me the abortion clinic." And the woman's like, I can't do that, and sends her out. And the whole point was like, if we're telling little girls that we can't let you have a baby from the government or whatever, because you don't have this, and this, why are we telling girls that they can't have an abortion? Why are we telling girls they have to have kids if they become pregnant and do all the things we've just told somebody else, like, you can never manage this? Why we can't do that as a system? We can't put that on you. And to me, like, that was like the best commercial. I'm like, oh my God, it's so true. Like,
I mean, my stance is I'm pro-life, but I do understand, and I think I mentioned this in my live with TikTok, that we can all have different opinions and still be decent human beings to each other.
100%.
So with that said, I'm pro-life, but I also know that I'm not a woman. I can't put myself in your situation.
Yeah.
And that's going to be something that that your health care providers, you're going to have those discussions.
Yeah.
I don't have the right to say you can't do that.
Yeah.
Now, do I want that do I want to see a child die? Absolutely not.
Right.
But at the same time, I'm not a woman, and
Right.
and I know what the barbaric is going to be. I know women. It's going to go back to before we allow this, and people are going to die.
Yeah.
More people are going to die.
Yeah.
So I have an issue with the very late term. There was a bill that they were trying to pass here in Virginia that you can get an abortion all the way up to your delivery day.
Mhm.
That to me is just crazy.
That's sad to me. Like,
Yeah.
I don't want my baby to come out alive and then they stick a rod in its
Right.
spinal cord and kill it. Like, that's
What? That's
Well,
not even
it's
the craziest
pretty.
one. There's
I
one.
think you can't. I think it's like up to the delivery. You can't have delivered the baby, but they didn't pass the law. They tabled it and then it got taken away. Uh, but yeah, I mean, my stance is I'm pro life, but I do understand the other side or the perspective of the other side.
Becky,
right. In the late term abortion.
are you getting something confused with No Country for Old Men? Because what you just explained was what the dude from No Country for Old Men does.
No, that's
To
what I,
people.
Yeah.
that's what I
Is
heard.
that what they do to babies when they come out in the delivery room? Like, oh, are you guys sure? Come on, you guys.
Yeah.
Come on. You haven't done it to our score yet?
No, I heard, and I could be wrong, so educate me, is that
Yeah.
like you literally get the head out and then they like kill it.
No way.
No, I don't think they can
No
do
way.
that.
Are you sure? Let's
That's
Google it,
murder.
because I really
That is murder.
That's
Becky.
murder.
That's murder.
exactly.
That's
That's
murder,
what I'm saying.
Becky.
I don't agree with that.
Yeah.
So
But you know, in our county alone, and our county's relatively large, but in
I need to
Ohio,
Google this because you guys.
there are over 800 children in the foster care system right now. 800 in one county. Could you imagine the amount of unwanted children there are going to be? I mean, that's the thing that's sad about it, right? If
well,
there, you know, and all these people that are so pro-life, why aren't you adopting children? You know,
well,
Go
don't
out
they
and
make it
start
very
adopting.
difficult, Bobby?
It depends on how you do it. No, I mean it's you have to go through classes. I mean, we did it.
Yeah, I know. I
and
know.
yeah,
Years ago,
it's
you
not
did do it.
difficult.
Can
It's
I
not
read this to you
difficult. You
guys?
just have to attend.
Right.
Can I just read this to you guys? The reality of late term abortion. Abortions performed after 20 weeks gestation when done by induction of labor, which leads to fetal death due to prematurity, are most commonly performed by D&E, dilation and evacuation. These procedures, these particularly gruesome surgical techniques involve crushing, dismemberment, and removal of a fetal body from a woman's uterus.
That's from Vacuum Becky. And that is that is at 20 weeks. That is the extreme limit. I'm sure that because that's half your term of
They're
pregnancy.
performed in the third trimester at 27 to 39 weeks. It says that they can do it. They do that in the either 13 to 27 weeks and 27 to 39 weeks.
Where are they doing that?
Yeah,
In the United States.
Becky, that seems like a California thing. And if I'm in California and I haven't heard about that, I mean, it's either California or freaking Oregon.
I'm telling you, like this, I didn't just make this up. Hey, like, let's not be any more morbid, but like, so have you guys heard about the temporary vasectomy procedure?
Yeah.
They're all really kind of temporary.
No.
Another
The one where they
thing.
use the gel,
So
they shoot it into your vas deferens.
Hmm.
It's like a new thing where they like shoot it up there, and it's some kind of gel that like terminates the sperm or whatever. I don't know, but like it's 2 years, 2 year. Would you guys do that?
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
I'd ask my doctor for a tube of it. Like I could just have it home.
Yeah. I'd inject it into my.
look, I got the surgery at 30, and it's like practicing for the big game, and then on Friday that some bitch gets canceled.
Right.
That's
right.
the way to go.
All right.
That's the way to go.
wasn't
So
bad at
one more election thing on my end.
Yes.
The Senate race in Pennsylvania
Okay.
with was it Will Oz and is it Fetterman?
Oh yeah.
Okay, so I was thinking about this, and I watched the debate when I was in Jersey, and Fetterman didn't do a very good job. But I think the reason that Oz lost is one, he wasn't from Pennsylvania; he was from South Jersey, and two, I think they really didn't want the rich guy that they felt that he wasn't connected to the people.
Well, I'm sorry,
He's a
but
little crazy, isn't he?
Huh?
He's a little crazy, isn't he?
He's probably a little loony. There's been a lot of reports of it.
Pure entertainment.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, I can't be part of that.
Oh, yeah, I've heard he says
You're
some
on
pretty
a
crazy shit.
TV show, and you're objectifying the people that are on your TV show for sensationalism and like you're probably a great doctor in some sort way, or I don't know what you even doctor of, but I don't know.
Yeah, so it was, to me, it was very interesting. We got someone in here that says hot
Hey,
picks
there's some
from
hot
you.
girl pics. You want to
All
see
right.
some hot girl pics?
Who's
Sweet. How do we
writing
get-
this?
I don't know, but I think we should click on them.
That's funny.
The world.
They're probably
So the you know what, I'm not trying to knock Fetterman, but is he capable of being a
So,
good
yeah. The question
senator?
was he fit for duty?
Yes.
His
That's what I
doctors
mean.
say he is.
Well,
Okay.
was it just a physical ailment, or like what?
He had a
He had a
cognitively-
stroke.
Yeah, but what cognitively did he get affected by with the stroke?
They say his brain's intact.
I mean, there's different areas of your brain that get affected. So if he's able to make decisions and be rational still,
Right.
just because he can't speak it, what he's thinking, he could possibly write it or do another device. I mean, there's ways that he can communicate.
Right.
As long as he has those regions of his brain, they're still
Oh,
functioning.
yeah. We just thought he didn't do so well at the debate. His face was really red. It's like he was about to have another stroke because of the stress.
Yeah.
But, here's the thing about voting. The people, they vote. That's what our democracy is. If that's what they want, then that's what they want.
Mhm.
At the end of the day, that's democracy is what we have to go off of. And I said earlier about how we can all talk about politics and how we feel and still be respectful to each other.
Yeah.
We have an uncle. I'm going to put him on blast. He doesn't agree with. Sometimes I'm like in the middle
Mhm.
with my politics. I'm in the middle,
Yeah.
and he doesn't agree with that because he thinks I should be so far right that I'm smelling Trumpers poopy. You know what I'm saying?
Well, wasn't he the chief of a?
He was, yeah.
So he is going to be far right. Let's be honest.
But he has some choice words for me when I went to the Capitol to
Oh, the insurgency.
for the National Guard. I got activated. I was there to support the government and to keep it safe. And he told me I was wrong for that, and pretty much haven't talked to him since. But
Well,
that's
how are you wrong for that when you're doing your civic duty?
Mhm.
Like,
Exactly.
you're doing your duty to the United States of America. How are
because
you
we got
wrong?
we have some really messed up folks when it comes to politics. If you're watching this video, the one thing that I would love to stress to people is that we cannot continue doing so far right and so far left.
No.
We have to compromise, go across the aisle, and come with some sound decisions because we are looking like straight fools when it comes to our democracy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that's what I'll say about that. And I know that Brian had a good story for us.
Let's hear
Like
it.
a feel-good story? Oh, yeah.
Yes.
So this has something to do with Veterans Day and something to do with sports. So
Nice.
there's this gentleman from a small, I think it's Division 5 school called North Dakota State College of Science. This guy's a 20-year Army veteran, 20 years in the Army and National Guard, 49 years old. He is a mechanic in a sugar beet factory. It's like the largest sugar beet factory in the United States, and he's a mechanic for it. And at 49 years old, he went to this North Dakota State College of Science, but then went to the military, and he was still in the town, and decided, hey, I still have some eligibility. I'm gonna try out for the football team.
That's
So
awesome.
this 49-year-old man
Oh my God.
plays nose tackle about 12 snaps a game for North Dakota State College of Science after working a night shift, going to classes, and still plays and practices just like everybody else. He does not take a day off. He said he's never been pushed to his limit before, and he wants to see if this will push him to his limit. And the thing about this is right there, you got it right there, Bobby. That guy, I want to say that they were going to the national championship game for Division 5. I don't know if they won it or not, but
that's amazing.
Yeah, Ray Rochelle.
Yeah.
49-year-old football player.
Nice.
That's insane.
That was a pretty fun story too, since TJ turned 48.
Yeah, I'm about to go play some football.
Yep.
How crazy!
I'm about to retire, so I would be 50 when I did it. I'd be 50 if I went ahead and did it.
Live your life for you.
Yeah, I'm in pretty good shape. I can do it.
You can do it.
Yeah,
I got
man.
this.
Yeah.
So,
I sprained my ankle pushing Arya in the snow Saturday, so I can't do it.
You're
You're
out,
a better
Bo.
man than me.
You're out.
I'm gonna put you on IR, Bobby, for like 4 games.
You're gonna be on the bench.
Yeah.
You'll be in
on
the red
bench.
shirt. Whatever.
I just realized the time. We probably have to move on.
I was going to say we need to wrap it up soon.
Yeah.
So let's go over our names real quick.
Okay.
Of why we changed them up. Who wants to go first?
I'll go first. We thought it would be kind of fun to give ourselves some titles, just in case people were interested in, commenting and asking us questions about, our title. For instance, True Crime Addict, TikTok guy. So anyway, we kind of just threw together some titles that we at least self-proclaimed good at or like. So if there's any questions about things like that in the comment section, we could always answer questions about why we are like General Nerd or True Crime Addict or TikTok guy.
I'm trying to find out which why these hot girls want to show us their pictures. Which one of these titles got that one going?
Yeah, I know, right?
The General Nerd. It was
I blocked them for 5 minutes, man. I mean, they'll be back, I'm sure.
They'll be back. Want more
I want to
pictures.
see the pics as long as they're.
Do we have a calendar? I mean, I was wondering, do we have?
We should make a calendar.
We should make a calendar.
I mean,
Bob's going to be in
like
the calendar.
I'll be June or July.
There you
Why?
go.
Why?
It's somewhere in the middle, and nobody gives a shit. It's not January. It's not December. Those are kind of the two.
But me and you have
blocks.
to be January twinsies.
Okay. Yeah. All right.
There you go.
Fair.
Everybody's got to do their birthday month.
But we'll make it really
That's
innocent
right.
and be like 2 peas in a pod or something.
There you go.
Okay.
You can make it like Ann Getty's. Ann Getty's.
Yeah,
from the
Jesus,
40s.
man.
We'll get his babies.
She was so popular back in her day.
I know.
So, anyway, the titles, it just essentially kind of what we're interested in and what we like and whatever. So that kind of wraps that up.
So what basically we want is leave a comment and we will answer that question the next show next Tuesday. So give us something to do. Give us some more work and we'll start answering your questions on your comments. That goes into the subscribe and comment. So during a live show, even when we got with his XXX20 fun guy, his comment won't show up on our actual YouTube video. So what we would like you to do is after the show, follow us, like it, and leave a comment what you thought about our show, what we can do better, what's working, whatever the case is. Be gentle. We're a live show. This is not edited. This is nothing. This is a live show. We've talked about doing recorded, but we kind of like this. It's raw. This is family, and it's a lot of fun. So at the end of the show, leave a comment and tell us what you're thinking. If you watch this show later on, just know that we do a live show, and we do it every Tuesday, and we love doing it. We will have guests. This week we didn't have guests. We wanted to kind of hang out. We know that Brian might be very busy next week, and we might just bring somebody like Danny V back or something to hang out with us. But we're waiting for our special guest until Brian gets back. We're not going to have our special guest come on until we know he's got his stuff in check. So, does anybody have anything else? Because I'm not going to do the last minute or the last saying or your last words.
Yeah, we don't have to do
I'm
that.
getting you off the hook for that. No doing that.
Yeah, finally.
All
Good.
right.
Yeah,
all
I always
right.
stumble anyway.
So,
No,
Can I
so
just say
I
one final thought
yeah,
with the
allowed
politics
to do-
situation and with
you're allowed
life?
to do-
Just
yeah.
be you. Make your own decisions and your own thoughts, and don't let anybody steer you in a direction that you're really not 100% sure about. Like, just live you.
there you go.
Live you.
You do you.
Live life and what you love. That's it.
Right,
Sorry.
Becky. That's right, Becky.
That's all.
All right.
And Brian, you are gonna run out and ride your electric bike.
To the
Yep.
bar.
No, I'm actually going to test out a couple new equipments.
Oh.
It's getting
For
like
work?
down into like the low 40s, upper 30s at night here, so I need to test out some like gear to keep me warm.
Oh my gosh.
Don't
Well,
want
be
my-
careful.
Yes. Be careful.
As
Use
always,
that helmet.
I
You
try to be
need,
careful.
one episode, Brian. We need to do your EDC pack. You need to show us what your EDC pack is, man. Can we do that?
What is that?
Everyday carry.
Your everyday carry pack, man. The essentials that you need when you're on your
Oh,
electric
okay.
bike. I know you
Okay.
have it.
So you're gonna have to make a
I do,
video
yeah.
for us.
Yeah, I have a backpack with stuff.
All
My
right.
my bike lot is sweet. It's you put it right on your frame and it folds out like gets about this big. I have to show it to you guys, and it's like a hexagon. It comes out and then it's very easy to carry. I used to carry like a 20-pound chain on my backpack. That was one of my things I had to carry around with me. Not anymore. That's awesome.
Awesome.
A
Yeah,
20-pound chain.
Well, yeah, because you don't want people to you want people to have to work on the chain.
Oh, I see.
So the chain is like heavy duty. Somebody would take like 8 hours to get through this thing.
Oh my
They have to
gosh.
really be working at it, so they're not going to even mess with it.
Nice.
Right.
Plus, I wear it around my neck whenever I get a turnover.
Nice.
Whatever that means.
There
Yeah,
you go.
that's funny, man.
All right, guys.
Well,
Look, if
good
there's
luck. Good
nothing
luck today.
else,
All right.
let's end this and
Love you.
let Brian get to his e-bike.
Yes.
Yeah, sounds
So-
good.
Love you guys.
Thanks for hanging
Love
out
you.
with us
We'll
and
see
have a
you
great
guys.
week.
Yep.
Bye.
See ya.
See ya.